Salute, Talk Nation. What's going on, boys? Your boy Real Talk, aka the Ghetto Stephen A, man. Good to be back at it, man. Good to see everybody, even though I can't see everybody. You know how we do. Check it out, man. Teofimo Lopez, my brother. Vasyl Lomachenko, my brother. We got a good fight coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Some say youth versus old, such and such, quote unquote. But man, like I said, Lomachenko is a bad boy. You know what I'm saying? And I told everybody, the way I be calling some of these things, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, that's why your boy is AKA the Ghetto Stephen A. I'm telling you, the code breaker for Vasyl Lomachenko, point blank period, is breaking the code of his footwork. If you can break his footwork, meaning if you can offset it, that's it. Because offensively, if you are talented, which Teofimo is, you know what I'm saying? The only thing he has to do, the only real negative factor that's really going to put Loma over him as far as claiming that victory is his footwork. If he outdances Teo, he's going to win the fight. Because offensively, both fighters, you know what I'm saying, produce and they can create their shots off of angles. But Loma, a lot of his style is predicated upon his footwork. So if you take that away from him and just make him, you know what I mean, pretty much a stand-up boxer, you can beat him. And you've seen flashes of that when he fought Linares. You know what I'm saying? Good boxer, slick, move well. And you seen when he came around and then he caught him. I mean, it was a flash knockdown, but he still caught him. He caught him with that right hand. You know what I'm saying? Straight down the pipe. Now, Teo has more power than Linares. So if he's able to offset Loma and set up one of these shots, and if he catches Loma with something nice and with something clean, that's going to be the fight. Now, you already heard Teo say, we're looking for a knockout. Now, I don't know if he's talking about knockout because he may get robbed on the cards. Possibility. This is boxing we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? And Loma, like other people like Canelo and your Errol Spencers, your Crawfords, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these top tier guys, we already know they will get the nod if it goes the distance. So if Teo gets in that ring and that fight goes the distance, you know what I'm saying? The only way that Teo is going to be able to steal that fight is if he hurts him. If he hurts Lomachenko early, that will benefit him late. Now, if he hurts him early, and those mid rounds, that'll probably put him up, and he can probably just basically just keep offsetting and just box Loma, and he'll probably walk away with his decision. If Loma doesn't do too much damage, you know what I'm saying, to Teofimo, you know what I mean? But if it's a 50-50 fight, and both fighters are putting hands on each other, you know what I mean? Because like I said, you know, Loma with his angles, I mean, if he happens to get off and if he catches you, you know what I'm saying, he is a good finisher, you know what I mean? Because he throws punches in bunches, and his body shots are dangerous, you know what I'm saying? So Teo is probably going to be the bigger guy going into this fight, so I don't know if that's going to affect his speed. I don't know. Hopefully he's working on his conditioning as well as his movement. So even if he comes into the fight, the bigger guy, he'll still be able to move throughout round 1 to 12, because you can't gas out. Because some of the training that I've been seeing as far as Loma, which I'm going to show you guys on the video, man, like, I mean, his training, man, it kind of reminds you, like, you know what I'm saying, like something that you'll see like a running back doing, you know what I'm saying, or a wide receiver, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the drills that he does as far as for his legs, for his rhythm, his speed, his coordination, you know what I'm saying, his footwork are not only pro level, but it's like I said, it's like he adopted certain things from like football or basketball and he incorporated into boxing, you know what I'm saying, which is brilliant. Because whatever you can do, whatever technique that you can learn to make your craft that much more solid, to make your skills that much more polished, then that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, God rest, Bruce Lee said the same thing. He said those how many styles that you learn, don't just pick one in a fight. He said you combine everything, you use everything, and you create one style. That's why Lomachenko and his style is so formidable. You know what I mean? Because he's taken things from, if you've seen his training, you know what I mean, boxing, wrestling, dancing. Like when he was young, like his father took him away from the sport and made him box. Made him dance. Just to work on his footwork. And then once he was quote unquote successful as a quote unquote dancer, then he put him back in the sport of boxing. And then he utilized that footwork that he picked up dancing and incorporated that into boxing. And I think we all see the results. You know what I'm saying? The way that his footwork is, the way that he offsets and he sidesteps and he's able to move around. I mean, that coordination is pretty much unmatched this far. And the only way that you can truly stop and you can truly beat him is if you do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Your footwork game, you have to match him, or you want to be able to, at least be able to offset his rhythm and his movement. You know what I'm saying? So if he's coming at you and he turns this way, hey, you gotta be able to be offset and turn this way, or vice versa. Get yourself some distance, offset, and make him turn and make him readjust. But if you don't do that, he's literally going to be dancing around you the whole fight, catching you with shots, inside shots. And like you say, he'll like try to turn around, offset, go to the body, turn around, catch you while you're trying to figure out where he is. You know what I mean? Then he come upstairs, flash, hit you with something, back up out of there, turn, hit you to the body, get up out of it. You know what I mean? That's how he be frustrating and breaking guys down mentally. You know what I mean? With his movement. He literally have guys thinking in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, where did he go? Damn, how many is it? Because he's here, he catch you with something, make you break your vision, put your gloves up, and then once you put your gloves up and you lose sight for that split second, then he's out of there. But what you gotta realize, when he's throwing those shots and he's trying to distract you mentally, you ain't got to worry about that. Just keep your defense solid, keep your defense tight. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that your feet are ready to move, and at the same time, when you go down into your defensive prowess, you should be looking at his feet. And that'll tell you everything that you need to know. You know what I'm saying? You will watch that front foot, watch that back foot. Depending upon how much pressure is going on your front foot, you know which way he's moving. You know what I'm saying? How much pressure is going off that back foot, you know he's going the opposite way. So you have to pay attention to these things, pay attention to these tricks. And once you be able to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be able to break the code. But if you don't pay attention to these tricks, if you don't do these things inside the fight, as well as offensively holding your own, you're going to go down. And you're going to go down fast. So Teofimo Lopez, Vasyl Lomachenko, it's going to be a great fight. Now, who do I think can win that fight? Everybody has Teofimo pretty much as the underdog. We all know this. But see, I'm from Philly. Shout out to the Eagles. Shout out to the Sixers. Shout out to Doc Rivers, man. The city of underdogs. So I got to ride with the underdog, always. If they count you out, if they want you to lose, if they want you to fail, I got your back. Because I know how that is. And see, when you win, in spite of all that hate, in spite of all that adversity and animosity, you know what I'm saying? It makes the victory that much sweeter. So it's going to be the same way for Teofimo Lopez. You dig what I'm saying? So if he gets into that ring and he produces and he's able to break the code and he's able to hang with Lomachenko, he could win the fight. Because if he don't catch him with the power shot and hurt him, and kind of scare Lomachenko. I mean, because you want to, if Teofimo catches Lomachenko with a shot, especially with a clean, solid, powered shot, and if it doesn't knock out Lomachenko, it's going to put him on the back foot, or it's going to put a bug in his ear, meaning stay away. And that's going to keep him from wanting to mix it up, and then it's going to turn into basically a boxing match. And that's kind of what you wanted to do, because he's not really going to bang with him. And if he does bang with him for, like I said, a split second, and he happens to get caught, trust me, Loma's pop ain't gonna have none of that. You know what I mean? He's gonna make sure, hey, get back to boxing, get back to your footwork, distance, angles, jab. You know what I'm saying? And get in and out. Make sure that you start transitioning, go down to that body, boop, boop, get up out of there. You know what I mean? So the game plan is going to change once he gets caught. Probably the same thing for Teo, but maybe not, because as I said, once you're the underdog, it's only but so many ways your game plan can switch. You know what I mean? Because you're definitely going to have to be the aggressor. You know what I mean? And you're going to have to capitalize once you are the aggressor. Because it's one thing to come forward, but it's another thing to come forward and be successful, meaning landing shots. And that's what Teo has to do. He has to be able to come forward and at the same time land those shots, clean shots. You know what I'm saying? He has to visibly be able to land shots, hurt Lomachenko, you know what I mean, in order to sway those cards. Because like I said, there's a couple of ways that he could win a fight. He could win a fight on the cards, but he has to be dominant, you know what I mean, from round 1 through 12. Or he could knock him out. That's pretty much, you know what I'm saying, because if the fight goes 12 rounds and it's too competitive, you know what I'm saying, it's like, I don't know who's going to, it's going to Loma. And I'll be surprised, as well as the rest of the boxing world, if in that case they give it to Teo. You know what I'm saying? But this is boxing, man. Anything can happen. But if it's your typical circumstance, everybody know how that thing will play out if it goes 12. You know what I mean? And if Teo doesn't do significant damage to Loma in order to sway the judges moving forward in those later rounds. You know what I'm saying? But moving forward, man, in the fight, I got Teofimo, because like I said, he's young, he's talented, he has power, he's smart, he got that dog in him, and the ceiling for him to grow and learn is higher than Lomachenko. At this point, Loma, he's been doing what he's been doing, I guess, since he's improved, you know what I mean, not only from the amateur, but from that first quote-unquote loss. A lot of people forget about that. A lot of these Fox and all these, they be trying to cover up that loss, man. He lost. You know what I'm saying? So if Teofimo truly gets up in there and does his thing and walks away with the victory against Lomachenko, you got a new king. You know what I'm saying? Because in this type of situation, one loss will determine a whole lot. Because Lomachenko, like I said, he's older. Teofimo, he's the young buck. You know what I mean? So if he knocks Loma off, Teofimo has the time and the talent to be around for quite some time. You know what I mean? So we're going to touch back on this fight as we get closer to the fight. Just wanted to say that, man, because like I said, I've seen a couple of things and a couple of videos that I've seen, and I was impressed about what I've seen from Lomachenko as far as training, but also Teo, you know what I mean? So like I said, man, underdogs all the way. I got Teofimo going forward, but like I said, as we get close to the fight, we'll touch back, do a recap, and see where both fighters are at as far as their progression mentally and physically moving into the fight. So moving on, man, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, man. It's your boy, AKA, you already know, the Ghetto Stephen A. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, man. Hit that little subscribe button right there, man. Do your thing, support the grind, support the struggle. You dig what I'm saying? Because it is a struggle to be real and be righteous and still be a thing out here. So if you're about that life, holla at your boy. Salute. Hold us down. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.